जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरवनचारी विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगामय की यमुनामय की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी कलियुपावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोः वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we are very fortunate today to have with us His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. So Prabhuji holds master's degree from IISc College, Bangalore, and he has a record of publishing over 10 technical papers and filling a provisional patent for his academic scholarly research. He adopted monk food in 2009 to expand his knowledge and deepen his spiritual principles and knowledge. And he shares timeless wisdom in a contemporary way in a very lucid form for all the different age groups, for teens, for youths, for adults, for married people, and for very young also. He is Dean of Bhaktivedanta Vidyapith at ISKCON Govardhan Eco Village. He is a prolific speaker and teacher, renowned for his presenting timeless wisdom. He travels to various places in India, Australia, United States, and he has presented Krishna conscious topics on many platforms like TEDx and Tech Mahindra and all these. And he has delivered more than 7,500 hours and conducted over 50 online courses in last few years of his monkhood. So let us welcome and praise Gauranga Darshan Prabhu for ISKCON Sheshadipam Sunday morning Ayurveda class. But long live and time chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to the Youth Forum of ISKCON Seshadripuram. Very happy to see so many youngsters taking to the process of Krishna consciousness with the glorious efforts of the devotees here. Actually, Krishna consciousness must be adopted right from childhood. You can be happy that you have begun at least now, but you're already maybe a couple of decades late. Even I began like you only. And I'm sure some of you must be practicing from childhood also. How many of you are practicing from childhood? Okay. All of you are connected in youth only. Some same jack. I also came in touch with Krishna consciousness when I was 21 in ISCM in Bangalore. Here. I was asked by the organizers to speak on the conversation between Vidura and Maitreya in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. You are familiar with the names, right? Vidura, Maitreya. Who is Maitreya? Huh? Maitreya you don't know, but you nodded head for Maitreya. Okay, that's okay. How many of you know Maitreya Muni? Okay, some of you. All of you know Vidura? Okay. You know Vidura from Mahabharata or Bhagavatam? Mahabharata. Okay. First, I need to give a background to Vidura and little bit of background to Maitreya before speaking about the significance of their conversation. Vidura was the minister of Hastinapur and is very noble, very righteous, and he has been constantly giving good counsel and advice to Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan and the Kuru dynasty, whoever is on the ruling side. But although Vidura Niti is very popular in the humanity, that Vidura Niti, whom it is primarily meant for, Dhritarashtra, he never took it seriously. You see, sometimes your knowledge may be taken seriously by everybody except the people around you. So Vidura's words are not taken seriously by Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna, Shakuni, Dhritarashtra, but everybody values Vidura. He is a great devotee of Krishna also. In his previous life, Vidura was Yamaraj. Somehow, because of the curse of Mandavi Muni, he is also called Manduka Muni sometimes, in some places. So this Muni cursed him to become a Shudra. Therefore, he took birth as a Dasi Putra, as the son of a maid servant in Hastinapur kingdom. You know the story, right? How he was cursed to become like that. Okay, I'll not elaborate on that. Then, as Vidura, he was giving good counsel to the rulers of Hastinapur, but he was not taken very seriously. One day, Vidura spoke to Dhritarashtra. He said, Dhritarashtra, you are maintaining sin personified, Duryodhan as your son. Sa esha dosha purusha dvidaste grahan pravishto yamapatyamatyam. You are thinking that he is his son, glorious son, but actually he is sin personified, offense personified, fault personified. He hates Krishna, he hates pure devotees of Krishna. So many glorious qualifications. And you are having so much of love and affection for him. He will only defame your dynasty. Kuru dynasty is very popular, very famous, but Kuru dynasty will lose all its reputation with the presence of this one Duryodhan. One capable person can uplift the glory of a dynasty or a community, but one unscrupulous person can spoil it. Especially when he has power, he can completely spoil it. Duryodhan is like that. So, give him up and give back the kingdom of Yudhishthir Maharaj. So all the Pandavas deserve their share of the kingdom of Hastinapur, and you and your sons constantly plan to eliminate them, destroy them, take away their share of the kingdom. You see, Dhritarashtra had 100 sons. 5 more people are there, Pandavas, his brother's sons. Together, he could always have considered that he had 105 sons and protected them, maintained them. And whoever is capable, he can be the leader of all his sons of the entire kingdom. But Dhritarashtra was not like that. He could not accept 5% extra population. 100 people are there with him. 5 more. No, I don't want this 5. Kill them. Eliminate them. Send them to forests. Cheat them, beat them, loot them, do whatever. I don't want them. That is his style. And Duryodhana is actually primarily envious of the Pandavas, especially Yudhishthir. And Dhritarashtra is constantly supporting and favoring all the plans of Duryodhana, who is also accompanied by Shakuni, Karna, and other villains. But just for a moment, compare the character of Dhritarashtra with Kunti Mata. Kunti Mata's sons were Yudhishthir Maharaj, Bhima, and Arjun, and Nakul and Sahadev were not her sons. They were the sons of Madri, her co-wife. After Madri's death, after Pandu's death, Kunti Maharani protected Nakul and Sahadev as her own sons. She never felt that they are my co-wife's sons. Generally, you can find unity between two brothers, but you can't find so much unity between two co-wives, right? And here is glorious Vaishnavi, Kunti Mata, considering her co-wife's sons as her own sons. She had 3 and 2 more added. But Dhritarashtra, he is unable to consider his brother's sons as his own sons. 100, 5. 5 is very small, 5% of 100. But 2 is like, how much? Whatever percent of 3. Right? 16.7% of 3. See, she took a bigger responsibility at her stage. She was a widow. She was not supported sufficiently by her husband's family after husband's death. And Duryodhana even planned to kill her also, along with the 5 sons. Generally, women, children, brahmanas, old people, cows, they are protected in the Vedic society, but Duryodhana is so nefarious and so degraded that he did not hesitate to kill Kunti, who is on the level of his mother, and Draupadi, a chaste woman, he wanted to disrobe her in public. And Dhritarashtra is supporting his villain son. There are 4 types of sons. I heard this in one class by Gaurang Prabhu. 4 sons. One is Runanubandhi Putra. Means you like somebody owes, somebody is indebted to somebody else, and he did not clear that before his death. And the person whom he is indebted to, he will take birth as his son to do paisa vasool in the next life. That is Runanubandhi Putra. Then second is Shatru Putra. One Shatru, one enemy who could not take revenge on you in this life can become your son in the next life and take revenge. By binding you with loving emotions, but internally taking revenge. He may not be aware, but the feelings are there, right? He may not be consciously taking revenge, but because of the previous enmity and samskaras of the previous life, he will naturally act against the father and then does take some revenge. Then third is Udasinu Putra, neutral. Right? He is in his own world. Nothing to do with parents. No positive contribution, no negative contribution. He is in his own world. Then fourth is Sevaka Putra, a servant of the parents. Physically and spiritually, materially and spiritually, he does service to the parents. And Duryodhana doesn't seem to belong to this glorious category of Sevaka Putra. He is only in the inglorious category of defaming the dynasty of Kurus. Anyways, so one day our Vidura was giving this good advice to Dhritarashtra. Please don't encourage your son. Give the rightful share of the kingdom back to the Pandavas. And as usual, Dhritarashtra was silent. He was not responding positively. Then Vidura, as he was giving this advice, one Duryodhana came there. Duryodhana said, "How dare you give an advice against our interests in favor of our enemies? Who asked the son of this kept mistress, Dasi Putra, to come here and advise us in this way? We don't want your advice. We don't want your presence here. Get lost from Hastinapur. As a remuneration for your lifelong service to the throne of Hastinapur, we are just leaving your breath in your nostrils. You can't live here. You can leave from here. Get out." He's on the level of his father. He's an elderly person and he's a loyal servant of Hastinapur throne. But see, absolutely no respect, no gratitude. Duryodhana banished Vidura. And Vidura kept his bow and arrows at the doorstep and he left. But this Vidura took this whole unpleasant situation as Krishna's will. He felt very happy. Now he has been officially released from all the political matters of Hastinapur. He was told to quit. When you are there and being in a responsible position, you are unable to control a dharma there, then he feels guilty. Oh, I am there as a minister, advisor, but they are not taking advice. Let me give again and again. He's doing his duty as long as he is in that role. But as soon as he came out of that role, he felt, okay, they don't want my services anymore. They officially released me. Now, from one perspective, he could have felt bad. He could have complained. He could have negotiated with Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra, see what your son is saying. He's asking me to get out of Hastinapur kingdom. Where will I go at this old age? You are my brother. We have been together whole life. Please accommodate me. He did not beg like that. He did not negotiate. Totally detached. They don't want me. And father is silent there. It's not that Dhritarashtra is chastising Duryodhana. Duryodhana, this is the way you speak to elders. You should not speak like this. Keep quiet. He could have chastised. As a father, as a king, as an elder brother, he had all responsibility to protect Vidura's dignity, Vidura's honor, when Duryodhana is insulting him. But he was silent. He was in a responsible position, but he was very irresponsible because of undue attachment towards his son. So when the attachment levels go beyond certain limits, we lose discrimination. Whether it is love or affection, it should not be blind. Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra is physically blind, but he is spiritually blind also, morally blind also. He is not only having physical eyes, he did not use common sense also. Now, just let's recollect an example from the 4th canto of Bhagavatam. Uttanapad Maharaj was sitting on his throne. You know Uttanapad Maharaj, right? You know, Dhruva Maharaj's father. So Uttanapad was sitting on his throne, and Dhruva, little 5-year-old boy, he wanted to sit on father's lap. Why? His brother, step-brother, Uttama, he was sitting on father's lap. So this little child, Dhruva also had a desire to sit on father's lap or father's throne, but Uttanapad did not welcome him. And Uttama's mother, Suruchi, started chastising him. You don't deserve to sit on your father's throne.